Okay, so the video's been up for a week now, and this morning, as I was getting ready for work, I realised I may have not taken something into consideration when I was doing the tests on it. So I'm just going to edit this on to the end of the video, not change anything in the video, but I just realised that I've possibly made a bit of a, I don't know if error is the right word, but I didn't take into account the differences in what I was trying to undo when I was making the first video, in the respect of how much force is being transferred through to the nut that I was trying to undo, and the difference between taking a wheel nut off a car and the little rack mount that I was using, as well as different materials. So in the video, when I was trying to take the nut off the rack mount, I found that it maxed out at about 155 Newton meters without rattling on it for a long time. Whereas I did a test on the way to work this morning. I took the rattle gun with me, or the impact wrench with me, and the torque wrench, and actually stopped in a spot on the way to work because I was running a little bit late. I couldn't do it before I left, and just torqued up the wheel nuts tighter than I would like to do on the car, but just to test my theory and see. So I was actually able to torque the wheel nuts all the way up to 150 foot-pounds, which is, I think, like 202 Newton meters, and successfully get them off with the impact wrench. So one of my theories with that is that with the car, the weight of the car and everything there, every bit of impact from the impact wrench is being passed on to that nut. I'm not vibrating the wheel or anything like that. Whereas when I'm doing it on my little mount there, I was vibrating the whole mount, as well as I was trying to hold the bolt and stop it from turning, which it was still turning a little bit. So not all of the force from the impact wrench was being transferred to loosening that nut. It was turning the bolt, it was vibrating the mount. So just the efficiency difference there does make a difference, clearly, given that I was able to make a nearly 50 Newton meter difference in performance just by what I was undoing. Also got the difference in materials there. The steel rack is going to compress differently to what the alloy wheel would with the wheel nut. So that's going to have a performance effect on how tight a bolt or nut it will undo. So I think the main point that I'm trying to make is that what sort of torque you're able to undo on one thing might not translate across to something smaller and lighter, where the impact wrench is vibrating the whole unit, not being as efficient and only rattling on that bolt. If it's able to flex the whole system, it's going to reduce the power that it is able to put through to that nut or bolt that you're trying to loosen. So if you can get something like a wheel nut undone at 200 Newton meters, you might not get that, as you could see in my video, where it was working harder to do under 155 Newton meters. So yeah, I think it's all a case of taking that into account when working out or sort of judging the performance of the impact wrench. So yeah, thanks for watching.